Hey guys, welcome to Chase After the Right Price.
I'm Thane.
And I'm Chase. And today's episode is going to be a fun one. We're going to go over the top 10 finds from 2019.
Top 10.
we had so many finds, so it's pretty hard to find the top 10.
Yeah.
But we went through all the episodes from season 3 and kind of got them together. Thane was involved with 6 of the 10 finds, so we'll kind of go over the story of each one.
Yep.
And then show the clip.
Yeah.
And just kind of have some fun reminiscing on the best finds of 2019. So let's do it.
Here we go.
Chase after the right price.
All right, so starting off at number 10, actually happened in Q4 of 2019. We're on our way back from a Toledo trip, doing some pawn shopping and looking for some different deals,
Yep.
and stopped on the way home at our local Walmart.
Yeah.
All places. Like, we stopped at our Walmart. We were actually there to see if they had some PS4 controllers, of all
Yep.
things. And went back and went in the clearance section. They had a little steel case. And looked in there, and we saw some electronics.
It was beautiful. This is an episode where we went between multiple states in one day. One of the more recent ones. And what I'm considering the number 10 is the MSI gaming laptop, marked from $1,700 down to $450.
Insane.
Like brand new.
Sealed.
Yeah,
In the box.
like brand new laptop. Beautiful. I think they said that they discontinued it.
Something, yeah.
Like they were taking it out of their system, so
Yeah.
they just wanted it gone. And this laptop is still going for $1,000 to $1,200 depending on where you buy it.
Yeah.
And it was $450.
Yep.
And I am currently using it for my business, and it is beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to buy something for the business, you know you got to get a deal on it.
Right?
Like, you're not going to pay full price for
That's
something.
the name of the game. Chase
So-
after the right price.
So got a great deal, and it's what he uses to edit all these videos,
Yep.
put everything together, uses the workstation. So
Yep.
a great buy.
Great buy. And there were $30 TI-84 pluses in there. Same day we paid $1. So these are honorable mentions. We paid $1 for those dice, Dungeons and Dragon dice that
man.
went on auction
On a
for
whim.
Yeah. Just like, we'll just throw them in
Yeah.
at a nasty little indoor flea market, and they sold for $172. So just some honorable mentions from that day. It was a great day.
Yep.
But yeah, number 10 is that MSI laptop.
Really? You're doing this for YouTube?
He's got a channel.
Is that where you just... Hey, I just picked up new merch.
I
Come buy it.
chase after the right price, which is also what it's called.
Chase
Now I see why.
Oh, so you're teaching people how to do this.
Somewhat.
Chase after the right
It's
price.
like the American Pickers. Okay. But yeah, that's also my company.
Yeah,
YouTube,
that's-
everywhere. Amazon, eBay, that's what I am. Consistent learner. So here's everything from that amazing Walmart trip. So you can see, this is the laptop that I'm going to be keeping. $449, clearance down from $1,700. Still going for $1,000 online. It's awesome because I've needed a laptop and I was actually looking at a used one for $1,100. That may not have even been to the same quality as this one, so it's an amazing find. The specs on it are insane, so that's going to really help in the business. And then everything else is for resale. So this Kodak Printomatic, clearance down to 17 from 69. 3 of these TI-84 Plus CE calculators for $30. These are still going for about $123 on FBA. So that'll come to somewhere around like $105 probably after fees. So we're talking about $75 profit on each one of them. As long as I don't break them. Still good. So there's those. And then this computer also really good. It's a Dell. Clearance from $1,100 down to $349, which is insane. I I think some of this clearance they just decided to get rid of because they discontinued it. So this one is still going for about $750 to $800. So those will be nice little flips. And then I got these camera sets. The LaView or LA View, not exactly sure, but it's pretty nice. 365 down to 100. It's brand new. I can't remember what that was going for, maybe like 160 after everything. And then this one, I would say might even be nicer, but the retail wasn't quite as high, 259 down to 59, but it's Night Owl. And that one was going for pretty good money as well, so it was an excellent stop. The one thing that I can't find that I bought, it's on the receipt, is the Nintendo Switch dock, brand new for $50. Which is pretty good. The price on those has gone up. You guys can check it. But I'm gonna have to go back in and see if I left it or what happened. It's on the receipt, so should be able to figure it out. But the employee was really cool, and if he's there, I'm sure we'll get something worked out. So, but yeah, amazing stop. Just totally random. I was looking for $11 Crystal PS4 controllers, which they didn't have. But they had all this in the case behind the checkout counter in the back, so amazing stuff.
All right, number 9.
So number 9, this was a day where we had, I don't think you were there, 40 games for $30. You might have been there. We'll show the clip. I know Quinn was there.
Yep.
It was a whole bin full of like beautiful, like minty fresh PS3 games. I think there was Xbox 360. I remember Smash Bros. Melee was in there, and this was on an ask, which is the best.
The power of the ask.
Always, always, always ask for games. It was on a Saturday morning.
So how many games?
There was over 40.
Jeez.
$30, so less than $1 a game. And yes, Smash Melee was in there. I remember the value was, I think, like $250 to $300, and the amount that I paid, $30. And I think that's what they asked. It's in episode 4 of season 3. We've got these in playlists, so you can find the season 3 playlist and then go to episode 4. I'll put some links in the description below to each one. But yeah, that was a heck of a deal. Love finding a bunch of games in great shape for dirt cheap.
It's a crazy find.
Beautiful. All right, Quinn, what did we just pick up?
We picked up both of these NES classics. They were both new. They had us open this European one because we wanted to see if we could play it here in America, and we can because it's just micro USB. But we got both of these for $10, which is
And they're brand new.
steal.
That's a third NES classic of the day. That's so weird.
And then we asked him to bring out his other games, and he did, and he brought this out, and this was right on top, which is like,
Yes.
okay, if there's one GameCube game to have, we said it's this or Fire Emblem, and
All these other ones, man.
Chase made him an offer of $30, and he was happy to have it, so
Yeah, and they're all like minty fresh.
we were happy to take it off their hands. And last but not least, this kind of beat up Super Scope box, but it's in there.
Yep, $5 for that. You'll notice some of the decent ones are Dragon's Crown, Splatterhouse, Orange Box, Portal 2, Castlevania, Lollipop Chainsaw. $30, amazing deal. Great sale, all in for $55. And coming in at number 8 is a more unique find. So yes, this is a reselling channel, and sometimes I buy crazy stuff. So it was a garage sale.
But set the stage. So who was at this sale?
Well, me and Alex were there.
So where was I?
Thane was with Mike, and we were doing a little thing. It is episode 20. Episode 20, season 3, episode 20. So we did a competition at the beginning.
We lost.
They lost.
Badly.
Thane and Mike, they got some good finds, but basically we did I think we did about 2 hours where we were like, we're each going to go separate because it's a town-wide sale, so there's plenty to hit. So we took separate sides of the town, and then came back together at a certain meeting time. And me and Alex had a ridiculous 2 hours.
Okay, so what'd you find?
So this was just one of 2 finds that made the top 10 for me and Alex's finds.
There's 2 of these finds
2 from
in
this
the top 10.
episode. It's a great episode 20. You got to watch it.
Yeah.
But this was Monster High Dolls.
Monster High Dolls. So wait, what are they?
So they're weird, man. I don't understand it. They're like these scary looking dolls.
Oh,
but
they're like the voodoo kind of
yeah,
like the
weird, just
yeah.
weird. I don't know, like, but people are into them. And the thing that made these special was a whole collection, and this lady had kept them brand new, sealed, like in the package.
Okay.
And they were all like Gen 1, Gen 2, like the early ones. And it was a tough negotiation. I had to pay $500. I think it was $500. You'll see the clip after this, but I ended up selling them for over $2,000.
Jeez.
So if we're
What a
going just by
score.
profit, that fine would probably be a little higher. But since it was just
Yeah.
weird stuff that I'm not really
Yeah.
into, we're putting it at number 8. But yeah, it was a great find.
But if that's number 8, can't imagine what's coming next.
Yeah, so check out this clip.
Oh my. I do not know. Holy moly. These are all brand new. That's crazy. These gotta be worth something.
All right, so I went through the Monster High collection. We paid $500, and Liz and I scanned through on Amazon, and the ones that had damaged boxes we did on eBay. And the total value is $1,430. I'm gonna call it $1,300 just to factor in returns or anything else like that. So $1,300 value. This one is worth about $150. These two are worth $100 a piece on Amazon after fees. These ones are $80 a piece. These ones are $60 a piece. And then this stack is all $50 each. So pretty good value here. That one is $40, and then these are all $30. And then a bunch of 20s down here, and then these last two are 10. And that's after fees and shipping if eBay. So it ended up being an excellent purchase. Should be pretty easy to send most everything off to Amazon FBA, and a $1,300 value on a $500 purchase. I will take it. Coming in at number 7 is Franklin Mint airplanes that I paid $250 for and sold for right around $1,000 after everything. So this was a Thursday afternoon, like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Came into a community garage sale of like basically a retirement village in my hometown. So normally not the best stuff. So it was an older guy, and I remember he had already had his afternoon case of beer. So he was happy, and he was ready to make some deals. So I saw these Franklin Mint planes on the table, and they were like in the original boxes and in pretty nice shape. And I remember the retail stickers were pretty high on them. So I knew that this was good. So I made him an offer on the table and got a really good deal. And then he ended up having a bunch more, which I asked for. And I think I ended up getting 11 or 12 planes, all for $250. And yeah, they sold for about $1,000. So check out this clip. Well, I am interested. What do you think your bundle price is for the collection of them?
Well, what does it add up to?
Let's see, 90, 130, 60, 190.
Well, any richer? I don't know. I think I'm about to be. I don't know about that. 190 they add up to?
Yeah.
150 for the bunch of them.
150? How about 125?
Oh, wait a minute. How about 140?
140? Is that your bottom dollar?
That's my bottom dollar.
Bottom?
And right behind you is all the boxes they came in. I'll even help you box them up.
Oh, okay. I'll do 140. I'll do it.
You know,
So here's all those Franklin Mint planes that I picked up. Amazing stuff. They all have their outer boxes, as you can see. They're stacked all the way to the ceiling. So the first batch that was sitting out was $140, as you guys saw. And then I asked if he had more, and he said he did. And I said, well, would you be willing to sell those? And he said, yeah. So I came inside. He had them set up in his office, but he also had the inner box and outer box for all of those too. So I ended up I got 5 at the sale, including this monster right here. I mean, that thing is huge. And then I got 6 more inside. He wanted to keep like 3 of them. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 in total. $250. It was $110 for the 6 that were inside. They were all smaller ones. But these are Franklin Mint die-cast planes. They are just beautiful and extremely expensive. I mean, the big ones are in the hundreds. The small ones are still probably pushing $100 plus in retail. And they hold pretty strong value. If anybody knows about Franklin Mint in their cars or their planes, you'll know that they hold very strong value. So these are worth a ton. This ended up being the score of the day as far as profit goes. And man, I'm excited to sell them. It'll take some work and shipping and, you know, getting them all unboxed for pictures and stuff, and then box back up will take a while, but man, it is definitely worthwhile. And this score happened at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you just never know. Okay, and number 6 is what I call the Epic Electronics Sale.
It was on a shorter day, too.
Only had like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
Because I had to do something. I can't remember what was going on. I think it was a Saturday. Episode 10. Season 3, Episode 10.
And I remember I was at a sale actually across the street.
Yeah.
They had some like Nintendo games and stuff, and I was there for like 20 minutes, like negotiating and negotiating.
They
like,
were tough to work.
working on them, and you're like, well, I'm just gonna hop over to this other sale and see
Yeah.
what's there. And I like look over and I see you like
Get over here.
wave over, and there was so much stuff,
It was nuts.
and everything was for sale.
Everything was dirt cheap, too.
Yeah,
So this dude was major techie.
very.
Super cool guy.
Had a robotic lawnmower
Yeah.
going in the yard.
Yes.
Like as we were there, just
One of the GPS ones. Oh my gosh, dude. This stuff, he was just getting set up.
Yep.
And what I think I saw like a dock, like I got a docking station, like a really nice one, marked at like $1.
Yeah.
Like $80 used, $100 still selling brand new on Amazon.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then we got toward like we were kind of going through, and I think I asked like we were talking about that he had a MacBook there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, like I love Apple products. If you know me, I'm a big Apple guy. Chase
an
not
Apple
as
guy.
much,
No.
but I love my Apple stuff. And I'm looking at it, and we're talking and talking, and it's a nice, like it's in good shape. This guy took really good care of his stuff.
Oh yeah.
Which is always great. Like it's
That
always
is-
refreshing because a lot of garage sale stuff, it's like
Dirty,
buried
messy.
and dusty and like it's just a pain.
His stuff was nice.
And his stuff was really nice. And so I was talking with him and finally worked out we got the MacBook Pro. A MacBook Pro for $140.
Yeah.
$140.
And that model is easily like $400 to $500 on eBay.
Easy.
And we ended up hooking his mom up.
Yeah. So
With the deal.
my mom got a new job and needed a computer, and so we were able to sell it to her at cost.
Yep.
So
140
$440 done.
Yep.
So it's one of the great benefits of hanging out with this guy is you find a deal, you can get it at cost.
I love being able to hook up family and friends with deals. That's a lot
Yeah.
of fun. But the other things that were in there, a $5 PS Vita. Beautiful condition with a case
like
and
the
everything.
screen was flawless.
It was just insane. Like we paid $61 for all the other electronics and then $140 for the laptop.
Mm-hmm.
But the $61, my gosh, it went so far. There was a $5 DS.
Hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, like crazy value. There was like $1 Castlevania, $1 Mario 64, like complete beautiful DS games. just crazy weird electronics that were all worth big money, and ended up keeping a good bit of them too. So
Yeah, and the guy was chill. Like this
Oh,
was
yeah.
the key. Is like we went in, and it wasn't like, okay, we'll buy this. But like we started talking with him, kind of
yep,
talked about old video games and tech, and like just kind of made a connection right off the get go.
yeah.
And that was the key. Once we started that, and he was kind of loosened up, and we started getting cash out and buying things and buying things.
And he kept bringing stuff out. Like
Oh.
this took a while. This was
Yeah.
in waves.
Because the Vita, I don't think the Vita was originally out, was
No,
it?
it wasn't.
Like
Nope.
he brought it out from the house.
He did, and also a SNES and NES games. Like everything you could want in a garage sale was at this garage sale.
It was just one of those moments where you're sitting there and you're just like, oh my gosh, there's more. Oh my gosh, there's more.
And most of it we didn't even have to negotiate. It was all like
Oh yeah, he was just like
Marked.
$5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So check out this clip.
Episode 10. So we've agreed to $10 on this stuff, and he's going in to see if there's a Game Boy.
Yeah, I got like
Old airport.
yeah,
Nice.
express. That's to plug into your car. Yeah.
Coming in at number 5 is a clip from episode 5. This is where I picked up a G.I. Joe collection for $10. I remember this garage sale. I was kind of a slower day, and I kind of came up on this sale and saw this box from a distance with a paper on it that said $10 for the box. And I was like, all right. And paid the $10 and ran out of there. I did ask if they had more stuff, which apparently they did, but they gave it to an electronics recycling company, a bunch of old video games. So that was sad, but thankfully they kept their G.I. Joes. I ended up selling these G.I. Joes for over $400. There were tons of figures, tons of vehicles, tons of weapons and accessories. I remember there was a case full of all of the file cards for the figures, which are sought after for collectors. $10 for a beautiful G.I. Joe collection. Check out this clip from episode 5. Alright guys, so I've got that $10 G.I. Joe box all spread out, and there's a lot here. I don't think I realized how much was here when I bought it. I just knew that I had to buy it for $10 and run. So, there's a good bit of figures. So many of these figures, their legs get separated. I think they were attached by like a rubber band or something, I don't know. There's a little hook on the legs that connects. So many of the legs are broken off, but you can kind of see all the figures here. And there's one over here. So if you see any gems, let me know. I don't know too much about like which ones are worth money or whatnot, but the cool thing is there's a case of the little cards with them. This was like at the bottom of the box. So I think these came in the original packages with them. So these will probably help me identify them, and then I can research them on eBay. And that'll help the value. And there were just tons and tons of vehicles and accessories. So here's just stacks of guns and weapons and bullets, missiles, and then all sorts of vehicles. And there's still tons more accessories and stuff at the bottom here. So I'm going to be doing some research and figuring out what goes with what. Hopefully completing some of the vehicles. But you can see there's a ton of stuff. And that's just an incredible purchase for $10. This big vehicle here, little, I don't know, boat kind of thing. Can't remember exactly what it's called, but I looked it up. And There's supposed to be like some propellers or fans on the back, and those, just those two pieces are worth like $40, and I was really hoping they'd be buried, but I didn't find them. But it does have these little missiles and other pieces with it, so not too shabby. And for $10, I am absolutely stoked about this score. So coming in at number 4 is Disney Sports Basketball on the GameCube. Some may not know, it's a very uncommon game. And I paid $0.25. Insane. I remember I went up to the garage sale, kind of wanted to ask for games, but they were chatting, and sometimes I don't like to interrupt their conversations. I do like to ask at every sale, but sometimes I chicken out because they're just having a good old time. I don't want to interrupt it. But in this case, I found something that I could buy for $1, a little picnic table, like a little Tykes one. Bought it for $1, and then asked, "Do you have any games?" I listed off, and when I got to GameCube, they said, "Oh yeah, we've got some GameCube games." They brought out a bag of them. Didn't have too many exciting things, but they were $0.25 each, and this one was in there. And I was pretty sure it was worth something, but I wasn't 100% sure when I got it. This game goes for an easy $100. This is a little bit sun faded, and it doesn't have the manual. If it was complete, it'd be $150 to $250. But man, it is so exciting to find crazy rare, uncommon games for $0.25 in the wild. So that's why this one is number 4, and it's from episode 6. So check out this clip.
What you got there?
You guys, I just found a GameCube Grail. Under the radar, holy grail. I'm gonna put it on the bottom. But these games were, I asked for games. She said, "I think I have GameCube." Found them, and she said $0.25 a piece. So the price was very right. Cabela's, Scooby-Doo, good one. SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, Super Monkey Ball Adventure, Driven, Fantastic Four, Billy and Mandy, NBA Live 06, name that player. Pretty easy.
Dwayne Wade.
Cars. Y'all wait for this one. Can you see it yet?
No.
This game is so rare. Disney Sports Basketball. Look it up on eBay. That's going in the collection. Unfortunately, it's a rental, which is probably why it's rare. It might have been rental exclusive. I don't know the story on it. So it's got a little sun fading and no manual, but it's in there. Came from Grand Video. Unbelievable. I saw it and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's like one of the rarest games on GameCube. So the number 3 find of 2019 is this.
So nice.
It's beautiful.
So we were walking into a garage sale
Yep.
and started like looking around. Like first thing we saw down on the ground was a box of what we thought were
Like computer games
like,
and
yeah,
like nothing special.
yeah.
And we're just kind of looking around. And then up in the top left corner,
Like on a shelf.
on a shelf, just beautiful sitting there with a $10 sticky note.
Right in the middle of it.
Right in the middle of it is this. I'm just like, oh, cool. That's amazing.
Yeah.
First off, it's probably just the box. I go and pick it up. It's there. Everything is there.
Everything. Like it's fully complete. The zapper, the like everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's got the power pad, the zapper, the game, the 2 controllers, the system, the styrofoam. Everything's in there. Marked at $10. We paid the $10 very happily.
Not gonna negotiate that.
Not going to negotiate, but we are going to ask for more.
Oh. Yeah.
And there was more, and it was actually in that box of PC games,
Yep.
but buried a little further. N64 games,
Yep.
but just the boxes.
Yeah, so we got, because we were like, oh my gosh, what is happening?
Yes.
And we started going through these boxes, and they were all just
They were empties.
boxes.
But I think they had manuals, like just
Yeah.
no games.
Yeah.
I remember Mario Party was in there. I think like Pokemon Snap.
Yep.
And I
Snap
feel
was
like we
there.
did go back and end up getting Pokemon Snap and
Yeah,
maybe
there was
one
a couple
other
that they
game.
found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we definitely tried hard and worked it. But $12. We paid $2 for the N64 boxes, $10 for that. Check out this clip from episode 1 of season 3. Nintendo 64, but I don't have those.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if you have a Nintendo 64 system too.
Well, I do. I have that. No, I don't.
You don't? Okay.
But there's that Guitar Hero over there too.
Okay.
Is that one? Oh, is that it? Is that it?
That's for computer.
That's computers. Yeah. This is like I don't know what to do with all this stuff.
You know if the actual games are somewhere? Or?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Are they in there?
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Well, that's this section.
Okay.
I'll make sure they're CD, are they, or what are they, or small?
They're cartridge. Yes. I paid $12 for this stuff. $12. There's no games in the boxes, but I paid $2 for the boxes. $10 for this. It's complete. Everything in there. The power set's set. And she thinks she's gonna find the games for Nintendo and N64. So we could have some complete in box NES games coming too. Either way, I'm very thankful for what we do have.
All right, we're down to the top two.
Top two.
Top two. So coming in at number 2 was going back to that competition garage sale day. where we-
Episode 20.
Yeah, episode 20 of season 3. And so Mike and I are off doing our thing, and we're thinking that we're like killing it. Like we're like, yeah, we're finding some deals. I found a Game Boy bundle. We found some creepy doll heads that actually sold.
They sold.
So if you haven't seen that episode, check it out to go see the creepy doll heads. And we get back, we meet up, we go to the van. We're like, all right, let's see what they got. It might be closed. And then they open up the van door.
That was a great moment because me and Alex let on that we had just done okay when they called us to see how we were doing. And that's the Monster High dolls and this.
Did
which-
a little bit better than okay.
A little bit better than okay. So, I can't remember the exact buy cost, but you'll see the clip after this. But I do remember the breakdown of some of it. So, sitting out on the table were these PlayStation magazines, like a ton of them, like 100 of them, $5. I remember I sold those for over $100 in a whole bundle. There was a box full of PS1 games with some Dreamcast games mixed in.
And some gems.
Some gems. Castlevania, PS1, Black Label, minty, beautiful. Lunar, Silver Star Story complete with the outer box, with everything. And this was one of those boxes where it's $1 a game.
And all of that would have been a great score in itself.
That alone would have made the top 10.
We're like, oh man, what a great score. But that was just an add-on.
There was more, so we asked for more. He's gone for like 10 minutes at least.
Yeah.
And comes back out of the basement with like, I'm pretty sure the thumbnail is him carrying out what I called gold. Panasonic 3DO bundle with games in the box.
A lot.
In the long box, like 20 games. The system. Oh wait, the system was already out.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, and it
Yeah.
was like $10. It was super cheap. You'll see the clip. But he brought out the games. He brought out a ColecoVision in the box, also with games.
Mm-hmm.
Just insane stuff. And I remember I paid $40 for the 3DO bundle, $40 for the Coleco bundle, $5 for the PlayStation magazines, and like $20 for the box of other PS1 games. So somewhere around $120 for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Worth so much more.
Oh, just, I don't even know. The potential value being in the video, I mean, it was a ton. Got a few collection pieces and some great memories.
So we'll go to the clip. And in the comments below, do you think that you saw one that maybe didn't make the top 10 that should have? Yeah. Or is there somewhere in our order that you would have done it differently? Let us know in the comments below. But without further ado, at number 2.
Here comes the clip. This is gold.
Really?
It's $200. It's
Really?
a Panasonic 3DO.
I gotta help this guy load this now.
Okay, thank you. Gotta get a major film right now. We're paying $20 for this whole box, guys. That's $80. Ooh, that looks cool. You remember this one, don't
Oh, that the one that broke?
you? Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
It's complete.
Oh. Did you hear me say that that lady was my old teacher?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it would help us or hurt us if I mentioned that.
Okay.
Considering my days as a student.
Dreamcast magazine. Considering my days as a student.
Yeah. When I was that young, I was not a particularly well behaved kid.
I think it's all PlayStation magazine.
I never threw things away.
Yeah.
There's a
Oh my gosh.
Well, the Coleco was one of my favorites. I had some sentimental value to it, so.
Sure, yeah. My mom had a ColecoVision. So that's cool.
Those are just all booklets from, I don't know,
Super Nintendo?
all different ones.
Okay.
They might all be in Nintendo, I don't know.
You got Super Nintendo system and games too, or?
Not anymore.
Okay. Just the
Used to.
manuals.
We used to have every system there was.
Yeah.
I had 2 kids.
Oh, okay.
Plus I was a, what I call idiot at one time.
Oh yeah. There's a store in Grand Rapids called Vidiots.
I think those
Oh,
games
yeah.
go to the Panasonic.
Yep,
Not
you're right.
100% sure, but I think they do.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah. This is all stuff we're interested in too. There. Well, I trust that it's in there.
Again, I wouldn't be 100% sure, but
Okay.
Mhm.
it's been such a long time sitting in the box.
Yeah.
I mean, they should be, but
Crazy cases.
I don't know why I would get them out, because
All
they should be there.
right. Yeah. I mean. So
I
I've
don't know,
got.
you guys deal with this stuff all the time. What's the fair value then?
Well, we were at 20 on that box. How much did you want for this one?
I probably
Just
$10.
$10. That's pretty good. I mean,
But like I said, I had some sentimental value to the
Yeah.
Coleco stuff. I was gonna save
Right,
it, that's why I
yeah.
kept it in the basement, but.
right. Well, you got the system and some games. We'll put this on top of this, so we do that as a bundle of games. I would say maybe like 40 and 40 for the bundles.
So you're talking 60 altogether?
I'm talking
All that
40,
stuff?
80, 100, 10. 110.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair with me.
Yeah.
A little something just happened.
Holy crap.
Woo.
It's already hotter than blazes in 903, but we just got what might be the score of the year. I mean, it was insane.
Probably just saw some raw footage.
Did you get him bringing the Coleco out in the
I think I did.
a little bit? So, sitting on the table, couldn't believe my eyes, was a Panasonic 3DO. I was just, so the first box we walk up to is the box of PlayStation magazines, which we got.
Yep.
We paid $115 for everything here. PlayStation magazines were $5. I was like, I see an N64 manual for the system, PS2 manual.
So Chase
I'm
is
like-
instantly like, oh,
I'm like, where's the games? Where's the games?
there's got to be games.
And then I look a little further, sitting on the table, Panasonic 3DO.
I've never
system.
even seen one of those. So.
Yeah. And I've seen one other one in the wild. And I asked him how much, and he said 15. I was like, okay.
All right.
So we're in the market. And he didn't have games, so I said, well, what about the games? What are those games?
He brought.
The
He ended up
games,
bringing
games,
out 3
games.
boxes of.
3 boxes.
He brought out a Coleco, which I never even heard of until
ColecoVision.
today.
With some games in the box. And he just told me to make a good offer, so I said $40 per bundle for the 3DO and the ColecoVision. And he said yes. He was actually very happy with that.
Yeah, there really wasn't much negotiating.
I
His
could have
pri-
gotten
his
them
prices.
for less,
Yeah,
no
his
doubt.
prices were really low.
Yeah. But a box of 3DO games, the PS1 game box with Dreamcast 2, there's Lunar, complete. There's Castlevania.
And if any of you OG fans know, we bought a Castlevania a long time ago and it
Yes.
ended up breaking in the back of the van.
Disc only, somehow it broke. Well, we just got a complete minty fresh copy of Castlevania Symphony of the Night in a box full of games for $20. I mean, insane. And then we got the extra cords and stuff for 10. We'll have to show it all spread out because that
Right,
was
yeah.
one of the best scores we've had in a very long time. And Castle Risk was $1 right there. But holy crap, guys. Thane and Mike, if you're beating us, God bless you, because we are having
He's
a
blessed you
day.
pretty hard.
Like,
Yeah.
holy crap.
I just don't think there's any way they're beating us.
There's just no way. There's no way.
There's no way.
We just had 2 insane scores. We've only been to 4 sales.
Yeah.
We
we've only-
didn't show a couple because there was
right.
nothing there.
We
But
bought 2 things. Like if you can see back here, like the back of the van and the seats are full, and we
Their
bought
seats are
stuff
full.
at 2 sales. So,
incredible.
and it's 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
So for you people who wonder why he gets so much crap, it's because we were here at 7 a.m.
Yep. That's
So-
huge. You got to go to sales early and often. There's competition. Just talk to them. Thane and Mike are in the other area of the town. We're splitting it up. Usually we don't even do that.
Right.
And I realize you guys can't do that if you're by yourself. But you got to get there 2 hours before they start. Hit the ones that happen to
You
be
gotta be
open
early.
in community sales. You know, and make a good roadmap. We've got our list. We're prepared. So, but man, obviously deals like this are
Sweating.
insane. Yeah, it's already 82 degrees and
Yeah,
super
at 9
humid.
o'clock.
Well, we're gonna keep going. It's 9:06. We've got 24 minutes until we meet back up. So, let's do it.
Let's get another van full.
And coming in at number 1, the top find of 2019, which 2 and 1 could be flipped. Let me know if you would flip them. It's subjective, but it's from episode 17. Like I said, Dokapon Kingdom on the Wii for $1. And I remember I didn't even know that it was a gem when I found it, which is becoming harder because I know most of the gems, but I didn't know this one. And then I bought the rings and the jewelry from that garage sale. Tons of sterling silver. Actually had some gold as well for $20. The jewelry ended up being worth well over $500. And Dokapon Kingdom, it's like a $150 game, mint condition and complete. Still have it in my collection. And then I remember those like Mario Kart. I think Mario Kart Double Dash was also $1. So this sale was insane and quite a variety of stuff from jewelry to amazing video games. So be sure to check out the top find of 2019 from episode 17. Let's roll the clip. Well, guys, I was definitely getting this game mixed up with something else. But this was by far the best score of that sale. You can see disc only going for 85, complete for 110. So it's $80 to $100 game, and I got it for $1 in mint complete condition. Absolutely stoked. Here are the rings that I got from that garage sale. Pretty epic score. So I offered $25 for all of the rings. They countered with 30 and I accepted. So there's more rings in that bag. And then they also had some earrings, which I got for $10 and also threw in a few other pieces with the earrings. So every ring you see here is sterling silver. 58 rings, all sterling. A lot of them have various stones in them. I don't really know too much about what stones might be worth something. All I know is these are pretty cool and they're sterling silver, so they have value, no doubt about it. So all those are sterling, and then these ones are just unmarked or you know, I don't know, some of those could be sterling, but I don't have like a tester or anything. This right here, this bracelet is 1 ounce of sterling. This thing is also sterling. This thing is heavy. It's got that stone in it. And then that's a sterling piece there. As are those 2 things, bracelets. So pretty amazing. And then these are the rings that are like 14 karat HGE, which is not good. 10 karat gold filled. This one's marked 14 karat and has a little symbol. I don't think it's actually like real. And same for that one, marked 10 karat. You never know, but they just don't feel like the quality of gold or the weight of gold. And that one's 18 karat HGE. But these ones are all marked 925 or sterling silver. 58 rings, a couple bracelets and different pieces. About 63 pieces of sterling silver, and all in them at 40 bucks. Not to mention there's about 50, at least 50 pairs of earrings in there. None of them seem to be any precious metal or anything, but you could probably get 50 cents a piece pretty easy at a garage sale or whatever for those. And then same for those rings. They'll have some value despite the fact that they're not sterling, as like costume jewelry or whatever. But these I'm excited about. Gonna try to figure out the best way to sell them. I might just initially try an auction, start them out, all the sterling silver pieces together, and just ask like some crazy like starting bid of $500. And if it gets a bid, great. But if that doesn't sell, you know, and you guys know some good ways to sell this stuff, maybe let me know in the comments how you would do it, especially if you've done jewelry before. But I know a lot of you guys probably don't specialize in jewelry, since I mainly do video games, electronics, collectibles, toys, and stuff. So this could be a learning experience for all of us. But either way, we know at $40 for all this jewelry, it was a great purchase. Thank you guys for watching. This was a very fun video to make. Fun to reminisce about the best finds of 2019. Hopefully 2020 will be full of finds that are even better and full of times that are even more fun. So be sure, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell, because garage sale season is right around the corner. It's going to get crazy, and we're going to have a great time, and I can't wait for it. So here's to a great 2020. We'll see you guys next time, every Friday and very often on Mondays at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Peace.
Chase after the right price.